Wendesday. Hi, my name is Ann McNeil, and I am the Master Wealth Builder, helping you to build a stronger and better life and business. And my question for you today, as a part of Ann's Wonderful Words of Wisdom, is how do you spell persistence? How do you spell persistence? Do you spell it with an Faith, or do you spell it with a N-O, or do you spell it with a G-O? How about with a G-O, where you were willing to go and go and go and go and grow and grow and grow into the person that you must become in order to persist until you succeed, as my daughter used to tell me, Mommy, with the spirit of excellence. You persist, Mommy, until you succeed with a spirit of excellence. She was 11 and she's in her 30s now. That's a long time ago. But she said that because she recalls me calling a client every single Monday as I drove her to school. No recall, no return call, not one. But I kept calling every single Monday. She would say, Mommy, they don't want to do business with you. Why do you keep calling? I knew I had a burning desire, number one, to do business with that client, but also number two, we needed to get paid. We needed to get paid by doing business with one of the number one clients in my area that was in the school building business. So I continued to call. We are talking about persistence. And Napoleon Hill shares with us that there are some ingredients that we must each have in order to persist, even with the spirit of excellence. Number one is a burning desire. But number two is continuous action toward that desire. Then he tells us we must have a closed mind to any kind of discouraging or negative influences. And I had one in the back seat. She was small, but she was mighty because every Monday she said the same thing, but I had a deaf ear to that. And then we really should have an alliance, if you will, with a mastermind group of accountability. You know, those individuals who are willing to hold you accountable even when you don't want to be held accountable. Well, I had one of those, and we met every single Saturday morning at 7 a.m., 52 weeks. But then something happened into the second year of those calls. I received a call from a friend who happened to have been in the office of that client of hers that I was trying to get to become a client of mine. And she said these words that turned everything around. She said, Hey, are you certified in a particular county? I said, yes. She said, well, I need help. I said, okay, of course. What do you need? She said, I'm with this client. She called the client name. And of course, it was the same client. And she said, we're going after a presentation today. They asked me for my certification and it was expired. And they asked me if I knew anybody who was a Black female in the construction industry that had the same certification, and you're the only person I could think of. My question to you as you're listening to me, are you the only person someone would think of because they know you persist? Are you the only person a person would think of when they know they're looking for a speaker or a coach or a consultant? Are you that expert known in your industry? Come on, somebody. So she said, can you help me? I said, absolutely. And then I asked this question because I could hear that I was on speaker. Yes, she had me on speaker. And I asked if the person who had been calling, I just asked, is Mr. Such and Such in the room? He answered. He said, yes, I'm here. And then he started laughing. Why was he laughing? You know why he was laughing. If you're listening to me, you're probably laughing too. He was laughing because he knew I'd been calling him for 52 weeks plus, and he never once returned my call. You know, persistence, Napoleon Hill tells us so many things about this principle of persistence. And you know what it looks like, you know what it feels like. I call it insurance for success. If you want insurance for success and anything that you desire, why don't you buy a insurance policy called persistence? Well, let me finish the story with this. I said yes. They said, can you meet us at the presentation in 2 hours? I said, absolutely, absolutely. Turned around, went back to West Palm Beach from Miami, met them at the presentation, sight unseen. They didn't know me and I did not know them. But I walked into that presentation and we won not just that project, but we won the next 9 projects all in a row with that same client, with that same agency. Why? Because I persisted until I succeeded with a spirit of excellence. And also, the people on the other side of the selection table, not only did they look like me, but it was my hometown and they grew up with me. What are you desiring that's a burning desire for you that you're willing to persist until you succeed with a spirit of excellence? I don't know about you, but I can only tell you that I've taken that level of persistence into every area of my business and my life and every other area that I'm blessed with the opportunity to share and to grow. But this is the face of persistence. What about yours? What about yours? Well, until next time, thank you for listening to Anne's Wonderful Words of Wisdom.